someone could come out of the woodwork tomorrow and say, hey, you guys, you've been 44 years together, I think we want to do an album. You just never know. I mean, there's various albums, various remakes of different things coming out on us all the time. We're just about to do one. Someone's taking one up now, Redbus. They want us to put something out. So we're talking about that now, maybe in the next 6 months or so. It'll be a mixture of different various songs and all the rest of it. So you never say never. And as I say, with the Butterfly Children, I would love to have Brotherhood of Man out there singing Butterfly Children. I mean, it would be fantastic. Mums and dads are going to love the songs. I've tried and tested it right around the world with various children, and everybody says, where can I buy it? Where can I get the video? I said, you can't at the moment because this is just a trial situation. But now we're almost at the door where the website's going to open up in the next week or so, and it'll be there for everybody to see, and hopefully off we go.
That's great. I mean, I wish you great luck with that. It sounds really exciting. I can tell.
It's educational. The Butterfly Children come from all over the world, and of course they have authentic wing colours. The actual artistry is mind-blowing. Wow. When you see the pictures on the website, you will freak out because it's very Disney. It's very, very much like Disney. And then we have to transport the Disney drawings into animation. Wow. And that's what all takes the time, you know. Yeah,
I think nowadays, and also, because people get spoilt with some of the animation, and they don't realise quite how long it takes to put together. I think, people want it now, yesterday. They're not... things take time, and I think people nowadays don't want to wait too much, and that's a bit of a problem. I always have. It's a bit of one of my bug things, that is. Going back to the singing, is there anybody over the years you'd like to have worked with?
We've worked with a hell of a lot of people. I mean, we've worked with Julian Glacy, we've worked with ABBA, we've worked with various people all over the world. We've done tours with David Soul. We've done with Andy Williams. I mean, we've worked with some mega stars, and the bigger the star, the better they are. Bruce Forsyth, Shirley Bassey, we've done shows with. I mean, there's a catalogue of people that we've worked with over the years, and they're all fantastic. And when they're big stars, that's the nicer people they are. And we've thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, we never worked with Tom Jones. I mean, and I do like Tom Jones. I think he's a real gent. I really do like him. I really admire him. But I don't know. I mean... my hero of all time, of course, is Paul McCartney, John Lennon and McCartney, the Beatles, the greatest songwriters, pop writers of all time. But, there's just some great songs, there's some great artists out there, and we meet them as we go along. The trouble is, a lot of the time, we go and do these TVs in Holland, Belgium, Germany, Italy, France, wherever, and we're meeting big stars in their country, but of course we don't know them in this country.
That's true. I mean, yeah, it's a bit like, I think Sam Smith just crossed the pond, but there's lots of artists, including people like Cliff Richard, who've never hit the big time in America. They've never cracked America.
America's extremely difficult.
It's very, very difficult. I travel over there quite a bit, and I think the problem they have is that the radio is set up where you have country and western radio, folk radio, black radio, rap radio, this and they're very much pigeonholed. And if you've got somebody who doesn't fit into any hole, they struggle.
Well, this is what it's all about. It's very, very difficult to crack America because it's something. I mean, even the Beatles found it hard in the very, very beginning. I mean, they didn't really want them. Like a lot of people, it's the old story, we don't want them, and then all of a sudden they come out bigger than biggest things in sliced bread. But it's extremely difficult. They're a different audience entirely. If you crack it there, well, as the song says, if you make it there, you'll make it anywhere. It's the same old story,
I think it is, yeah. What would you say at the moment is your favourite song, both or one of your songs and also one of somebody else's?
Oh, I've got so many. I've got so many great songs. I mean, Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years.
Oh, the fabulous Paul Carrick there.
I mean, wonderful song, From a Distance, Bette Midler. I like songs with great lyrics. Meaningful lyrics. I mean, I'd still enjoy ooh ah, bang, 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 or a fun gimmick song. I still enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I'm into, because I'm a songwriter, I like lyrics. I mean, I don't know whether you've come across a band called Rascal Flatts.
No, not one that I know of, I'm afraid.
Well, look them up.
I will do.
Rascal Flatts, Flatts. They're an American, how can I say, they're not a country band, but they're sort of middle country crossover. Like a Kenny Rogers, he's sort of country but still pop.
Okay.
And Rascal Flatts is one of the best bands I think there is since, well, best songs, should I say, since, if you like listening to songs and lyrics, since the Beatles.
And I don't think anybody can knock the Beatles. I must admit, I'm a big fan of Living Years, Mike and the Mechanics. I've had the great Paul Carrick, who's the singer with that song on the show, and he loves that song. And I think it's his pension, I think, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Song.
I mean, the Living Years, they're the kind of songs I like.
Yeah.
Because there's something meaningful about it from a distance and all this kind of stuff. I mean, one of the greatest video pop songs of all time has got to be Thriller, of course.
Yeah.
When I saw Michael Jackson do that way back, I just fell off the chair.
Yeah, it's an amazing video, isn't it? What about one of your own songs? What about one of your Brotherhood of Man songs? Which one do you like best? Probably a silly question. It's probably a silly question, really.
It's very hard to choose your own songs because I like one of our songs called Circus Comes to Town on one of our albums. I love that song, Circus Comes to Town. It was released in Germany. It was almost a hit there, I think. And what's another one? Heartbreak off of one of our albums. I like that. That's very much in a feel of Angelo.
Yeah, I liked Angelo and I liked Figaro, but I thought you were going to say Saving Your Kisses for Me. I was disappointed. Really, no, I wasn't really. It's always nice to think. Well, we've got time for a couple more questions. What do you like to do for hobbies away from the music business?
What I do away from home, mainly I just play golf. Really, I like the game of golf. It's not very good at the moment. The wheels have come off, so I've got to get the wheels back on the cart before I've just seemed to have lost the, over the last month, a month or so ago, I couldn't do anything wrong. Now I seem to be struggling to do anything right.
What sort of handicap do you play off, Martin?
About 14, 15.
So you're a reasonable player.
So I can get around.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day I was about 18, 19. I mean, it was a disaster. Absolute disaster. But it comes and goes, you know. I mean, it's like writing songs, really. I suppose you write hits and then all of a sudden you can't write a song. And you think, well, hang on a minute, I've just written 3 number ones. Why can't I write another hit? What's going on here? You know, it's the same sort of thing. It comes and goes. And golf is notorious as we see these... did you watch the Open over the week?
I saw little bits of the Open the other day, but I must admit, golf is not my game. I would be happy to go round in 24. It's normally 24 on each hole for me, I'm afraid, and I'm one of these people I like to get better, and I've played golf a few times and it's got no better, so I've decided that me and golf should part company. And that's putting it nicely. I'll tell you, the last time I played golf, I was playing on a par 3 course in Cape Town under Table Mountain. I was playing with my wife, and my wife is next to useless at golf, but she likes to play a little bit with me, and she beat me, and I was getting a little frustrated because I'm like most guys, we don't like losing, especially to the wife. And I thought to myself, I was really getting annoyed, and I was just thinking about putting the club over my knee, and I thought, hang on a minute, it's not my club, so best not. And I haven't. That was about 7 years ago. I play a little bit, sort of the crazy golf with I've got a 5.5-year-old great niece, and I play a little bit with her. She expects to beat me. It's never going to happen. So that's about as far as my golfing prowess goes, I'm afraid.
Well, your niece is going to love Butterfly Children, that's for sure.
Oh, great. Well, I will introduce her to her. I know she's a big fan of Peppa Pig and all the great children. I mean, we've got some great children's entertainment now. I mean, it almost harks back to the 60s with, you know, Andy Pandy and all those sort of people. And I look at it now, and she inflicts it on me, and I enjoy it. I must admit, I've just openly admitted I like children's TV, which is probably not good for my street cred. Final question. You're in charge of the country for a day. What would be the first thing you would do?
Try and get some peace right round the world.
Really?
That's what we need more than anything.
The
peace and love. Brotherhood of Man we need. Yeah. A bit of Brotherhood of Man round the world. I mean, that's why, going back to, you said the thing there, going back to the Eurovision Song Contest, it brings all these countries together. Mm-hmm. And music is a fantastic media by virtue of when you hear a song from the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, you think you know exactly where you were, you know what happened, you know the day. Oh, I got married to that song. Oh, it was my birthday. Oh, I met my friend on that day. Oh, we had a party with that. And media is songs are really conjure up emotions, feelings. They heal things. I mean, how many times have we, as Brotherhood of Man, been taken into hospital by virtue of to meet someone that's not very well, but their favourite song was Save Your Kisses. So we've been in there, and they've recovered successfully, and they've been a lot happier. Songs are a great media for getting things together, getting things done, and bringing life together. And that's what the Song Contest is great for, because it brings all these countries together in peace, not in war. And let's just enjoy that.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, it was all, obviously, we will remember MTV taking off, and there was the Buggles song, Video Killed the Radio Star, but radio is now...
I know him, I know the man very well. He used to be the bass player with me when I was at Top Rank, Trevor Horn.
Really?
And he used to be the bass player with me in the band in Joseph's Colours at Top Rank in Croydon.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. But I mean, there was all this sort of skeptic, video's going to kill the radio star. But radio now is bigger than ever, and the choice of radio is bigger than ever. And I think, here's a little story for you with the Buggles. We were sat in the Gioconda Cafe, which is uptown Marble Arch, and my recording studios were just opposite in Bernstein Street or something, just behind the Marble Arch there. Mm-hmm. And we sat having a coffee, and this guy knocks on the window, and it's Trevor. Oh.
And I said, Trevor, come on in. So we just had Save Your Kisses at that time, and we were doing an album and so on and so forth. So Trevor came in, and he said, "Oh, great to see you, mate. You've made the grade. You've done this, that, the other, la 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 la." And he said, "I'm going to do a song." I said, "Fantastic. What's the song called?" He said, "Video Killed the Radio Star." I said, "That sounds fantastic." He said, "Comes out in a couple of weeks' time, this, that, the other." Well, the rest is history.
I know. Of course, he was the man behind Frankie Goes to Hollywood and many other bands.
I love Frankie.
So do I. And I was reading the other day, in the 80s, Frankie had the two of the top 10 best-selling singles. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, now, this guy, Trevor... when we finished our show of a night time, every night, 7 days a week, at Top Rank, we used to go back to his place. I was single then. I was only, 18, 19. We used to go back to his place, him and the guitarist and me, and we used to play records till about 4 in the morning at his place at Earls Court. And believe it or not, Trevor had a problem putting the needle on the record player, let alone producing records. And when I found he produced all these records, I fell off the chair. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Trevor, you know, he was a very average bass player. I mean, he was no great musician, but boy, has he had an ear.
Oh, great!
That's something I didn't know."
I know, it's amazing how people suddenly have it. I mean, second string to the bow. I mean, it's a bit like you with your Butterfly Children, the Butterfly Children. It's great success. Now, I need to sort of say goodbye, but we're gonna talk about the show that you're in the area. It's called Eurovision Revisited. It's Sunday, the 16th of August. Starts at 3 p.m. On stage, Martin and Brotherhood of Man, alongside Bobby G's Bucks Fierce. And then there's some tribute bands as ABBA, Sandy Shaw, Lulu, and Cliff and the Shadows. Tickets are £27.50 if you buy them in advance for adults, and £7 for children. And you can buy them by going onto the website www.shuttleworth.org. And I'm going to be at the show. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So I'm hoping it's going to be a nice afternoon out in the sun. There'll be about 2,000 people there, so no pressure, Martin.